This presentation will cover the keys to marketing your green or sustainable business. These principles apply to all businesses, but I will include examples for those of you that are in the social and environmental impact area. So the first thing to know is that being green is not enough. There's no pot of gold simply because you have a green or social impact mission or business. If there's no market need, your business won't succeed, and this is true for any business. The good news is that consumer preferences for green or sustainable products is growing. For example, 84% of consumers try to purchase products or services that are socially or environmentally responsible, and this presents opportunities for business owners. For more information on this topic, please view my presentation on Does Sustainability Matter for Small Business? And if your business falls into this category, it's important that you communicate your mission in the appropriate place in your marketing program. So I wanted to cover some truths about marketing. One of the things we find is that businesses waste a lot of time and money on poor marketing. There are many business owners that I've spoken with that have no idea where their marketing money goes and what return they get from it. Just like any other part of your business, your marketing efforts can and should be planned, measured, and evaluated at regular intervals. And ultimately, the goal of your marketing is to generate qualified leads. If you don't put a lot of thought into your marketing, you're basically shooting into the dark, shooting blind, and you rarely will hit the right target. So I wanted to review the 7 P's of marketing, which many of you are probably familiar with. They are the product, price, people, promotion, packaging, positioning, and place. Now, all 7 of these P's are intertwined, and they're all important. But if you don't get that product right in the first place, the rest of them don't really matter. And it's really important to think about your product from your customer's perspective. This presentation is going to focus on your target market and the importance of understanding who your product serves. So let's take a step back for a moment and consider why people buy. It's important to know that the reasons people buy are personal. They buy for their reasons and not yours. Ultimately, buying decisions boil down to 2 things. Does it get rid of a problem that I have, or a pain point? And does it give me a result I currently lack, or give pleasure? So it's really about avoiding pain or gaining pleasure. Both of these reasons are from the buyer's perspective, the what's in it for me or WIFM mantra. It's also important to recognize that people buy for emotional reasons, then use logic to justify their decision. Marketers often talk about the need behind the need that your product fulfills for your customer. If you think about dentistry, for example, you might say that you provide healthy teeth. But from the patient's perspective, healthy white teeth means that they can smile without worrying about the color or straightness of their teeth, and they feel better about themselves, which raises their self-esteem. So for someone who values a charitable or environmental cause, purchasing from your sustainable brand may make them feel like they're making a difference in the world. You can also see things such as the sign of status being important in decision making, something like a Tesla car. This has a lot of cool factor and there's an environmental benefit. So the reason the person is buying is emotional. So this is why customer knowledge is so important for your marketing. One of the biggest mistakes businesses make is that they focus their marketing on themselves, their product or their service features, and they do so in a one-size-fits-all approach. The problem with this is that the target customer needs are not considered and your marketing message doesn't resonate with anyone. I really like this quote from Peter Drucker. It gets to the heart of marketing. The aim of marketing is to know and understand the customer so well the product or service fits him or her and sells itself. So where do you begin? It can seem a bit daunting, but the best place for you to start is to think about your ideal client. And if you're not sure what I mean by that, start with your existing clients. Which of your clients are a joy to work with? Which ones are most profitable? Which ones really get you or value your unique value proposition, or UVP? So when you're thinking about your ideal client, it's important to create up to as many as 4 profiles. You likely have a few different customer styles. So write out their story. Give each of your profiles a name or an avatar, and think everything about their demographic description, age, economic sector, perhaps gender. Complete all of the attributes for each of your different profiles. And then for each of these avatars, think about what problem do you solve for them? Why do they buy from you? How do they make their decision to buy from you? And what sales channels do they use? So it's important to think about those things when we get back to one of the other P's of marketing, and that is promotion, which is ultimately about where you are promoting your business. We talk about creating a marketing Parthenon, and the idea is that the Parthenon is a structure that has withstood many centuries because of the pillars that give it strength. So the pillars support your business, and in a marketing Parthenon, the different pillars refer to different marketing tactics. Things like referral marketing, email marketing, advertising. These are different pillars to your marketing Parthenon. So some of the recommended tactics that you might think about for your Parthenon, some that will work for almost any business include referrals, networking, including things like LinkedIn, and your customer experience. Having a standardized way that you will service your customers is a very easy way to improve the experience without adding a lot of cost. Things like having a script for how you answer the phone each time and a plan for how you follow up to questions. Other things that you can think about, but use with caution. They can work, but they can also require a lot of time and money. Things like internet-based strategies, content creation, books, blogs, etc. But it's important to understand your ideal client and how they make purchase decisions whenever you're deciding on what tactics you want to make. So one of the other P's I wanted to talk about is positioning. So positioning is really talking about where you are relative to the competition. What is your unique value proposition? How are you differentiated in the mind of your target customer? So for people that are in the green or social impact space, how important is that to your customer? Is that a hot button issue that needs to be communicated so that people can use that information when they purchase from you? But ultimately, whatever promise you make, you have to be able to deliver on that product or services. So now that you've really thought about your ideal client and you've identified the benefits your product provides to that client, choose a few tactics that you like. Make sure that you have the budget and the time to invest in them, and use common sense. Will your client find you using this tactic? Do your tactics support your values and vision? You can imagine if you're a sustainable or green business and you have a marketing campaign that uses a non-recyclable, negatively impacting environmental can or bottle in the campaign, that really does not align or support your values. And lastly, you have to ensure that you can measure the effectiveness of your tactic. How will you know if what you're doing is successful? Are you measuring the number of leads it generates? You need to look at your cost per lead, and that can be both monetary and hours. So you need to plan ahead and think about how you will measure whether the marketing tactic you choose has been successful. Now, ultimately, the key to good marketing is having all of the pieces aligned and congruent. The result in a whole brand present that adds up to more than the sum of its parts. Your marketing plan needs to align with your overall business vision and values. If sustainability is one of the pillars of your company vision and strategy, it's important that your message and actions are consistent in everything you do. Today's consumers are very savvy, and whatever your brand promises, it's important that you live up to that promise. Ultimately, your marketing plan needs to support your overall business strategy. If you're developing marketing plans in isolation from your business goals, you likely will not achieve the results you're looking for. So thank you for your time today. If you're a business owner looking to take your marketing or business to the next level, please give me a call and we can explore how I can help you achieve your goals. Thank you.